We had a new update in Naruto-Arena, so let's quickly go over the balance changes since I always find those more interesting than new characters for some reason. Sakura S, after what feels like years because it probably actually has been years, is finally nerfed. Her self-heal that removes harmful effects as well is down from 25 HP to 15 health only. So this isn't the change I expected that would be made to her. I thought they would make this skill have a cooldown of 1. But it is still very welcome. I think she's crazy OP, and that skill is the biggest part of it. I don't know how much this is really going to affect her, but I know for a fact it's going to be at least helpful in terms of keeping her from being way too overwhelming in 1v1s or in situations where you can't outlast her healing, which happens quite often. This is a great nerf. I'm very happy with it. Ibiki's getting a little bit of a nerf here, so I think this change is addressing him being able to get 40 guaranteed damage on most characters in the game. So now he isn't able to stun strategic, so if he does use the stun effect on you and you have your invuln, you are only going to take 20 damage guaranteed. And so that means Ibiki has to time when he uses this if he wants that 40 damage guaranteed on most characters. I think this is a good change, adds a little bit more strategy and a little bit more fairness. Good job. Akatsuchi is getting a nerf after his most recent change, so I think what they thought was going to be a pretty hard nerf to him actually ended up being sort of a buff, because him being able to deal that 25 damage and drain for one in and one random actually wasn't that bad at all, because he can still reduce it, or he can deal the increased damage if he needed to, and it was working out too well for him. I understand why they did this. I appreciate it, and I think it's going to turn out okay. I like the change. Akatsuchi and Jugo is no longer having a full stun, and instead is only going to stun non-strategic, which is still almost every skill in the game. Regardless, who didn't see this one coming? Duh. Regenerated Madara finally got some nerfs. This is hands down my favorite changes of this balance update. He is no longer a full stunner with either of his skills that stunned, and he only stuns harmful skills now. This is perfect. I really hope it makes him less powerful. I'm so tired of him. Good job. Chakra Fruit Ishiki got banished to the Shadow Realm in my opinion, so his skills that reduce the cost of his big skill are also going to remove either the stun effect or the drain effect, and the only plus side of this is they're only going to reduce the damage by 15 instead of 20. Big whoop. The drain and the stun effect are exactly what make that skill powerful. It's not the damage. So, I don't know. I'm honestly thinking this was a little bit of an over nerf, but we'll see how it turns out. Dribbo's drain skill now grants 45 destructible defense instead of 35, which is pretty nice. Good for him. I guess that's a pretty nice change. Io got the most ridiculous overbuff that was not needed and not necessary and is going to turn out bad. I know it. This is my least favorite change of this balance update. So now he is able to mark everybody AoE. Okay, deals 5 less damage. It's still an AoE strategic stun for one random. Okay, and then on top of that, he can now use one random and AoE mark the enemy team your first turn. Okay, and now they have strategic stunned, so they aren't able to do anything like prep or invuln from what could happen next turn, which is for one gen. He can now deal, which didn't deal damage before, now deals 10 damage, AoE full stun the enemy team for one gen. This change is ridiculous. He went from in the trash bin to putting people into the trash bin. He is super OP right now. GG. Iwabi got a little silent boost, but I thought he was good before, but now he's definitely really good. Go use his character. He's awesome. He's definitely an asset to any team you put him on. Ishiki got a skill reworked, so now this skill is going to be placeable on either Ishiki himself or an ally. All right, so what it does is it reduces the cost of their skills by one random chakra the next turn. It also makes it so that the first enemy that uses a new skill on them while that effect is on them is going to give Ishiki one red and one white, basically fixing the issue of him having really costly skills and not really any way to gain chakra. Now he can gain chakra because this skill is invisible. It's a trap. If they attack, they give you chakra. That's awesome. But it also reduces the damage of any character that attacks the person who has the skill on them by 15 that turn. So it's also kind of a protection. It's a chakra gain. And it reduces the cost of your skills. So this is super helpful. You can use it on Ishiki to make your 30 damage attack only cost 1 white the following turn. Also give yourself white to be able to use it if they attack you, and, reduce any damage that's incoming by 15 if it's non-affliction. So yeah, totally what Ishiki needed in terms of a rework without having to change the entire character. This is great. Good job. Love it. Okay, so I take it back. Baryon Naruto's changes are my favorite. So I'm not going to take credit for this, but I do think the character I made, which was a rework of Baryon Naruto, had a little bit to do with the inspiration behind these changes. So he had his entire insta-kill concept removed. Goodbye, no more insta-kill on him. Great. That was a garbage concept. It was not going to ever work with this character. And instead, he now has a fourth skill that, instead of sets up some ridiculous insta-kill, is now going to deal 20 damage for one random, deal 15 affliction to Baryon Naruto, okay? So now his 15 affliction he deals to himself can now boost his Rasengan skill, which was what my character I made that reworked this character was doing. That was the whole point. You'd hurt yourself in order to increase your Rasengan. So that's why I say they probably, maybe, I'm not going to take credit, but I think they got inspiration from me here, which is dope. I like that they at least read our characters that we make and are able to make functional changes to the game in this way. If you guys didn't take any inspiration from me, my bad. It's just a coincidence. Regardless, you can literally stack this up now. 30 damage after you use it once. 40 damage after you use it twice. 50 damage after you use it 3 times. For one random. It's amazing. This feels like Baryon Naruto. It feels strong as hell. It feels awesome, okay? They also made his ridiculous dumb achievement a little less dumb. Now, it's still kind of dumb to me, but it's a little less dumb. So now it only activates at 25 or less health. It deals 15 affliction damage to him, and he gains 3 random energies. Basically, he doesn't kill himself as quickly. And that's a great thing, because the fact that he killed himself at 35 HP was freaking stupid. Anyway, I love these changes to Baryon Naruto. He's a much better character by like 1 billion times. And not because it reminds me of my own, but because it's functionally how the character should have worked, with a skill like that Rasengan being a part of his kit to begin with. Why would he not have a self-damage skill, which is what Baryon Naruto did? The more he fought, the more he was hurting himself, the more it makes sense with the concept of the character in the thematics of what it should be. Okay? So, anyway, good job, guys. Love it. Thanks for watching. It's been Kito. Peace out and bye.